In this presentation, I will be covering 3 groundbreaking polymers in fashion: Kevlar, Lycra and Gore-Tex. But first, let's look at what actually is a polymer. A polymer is a large molecule which is made up of small repeating units called monomers. Polymers can be natural or synthetic. An example of a natural polymer is cellulose, in which the monomer is glucose. Cellulose is a crucial polymer in fashion because it is used to make cotton. A significant synthetic polymer in clothing is polyester. Polyester is a group of polymers that contain an ester functional group in the monomer. The first polymer we're going to look at is Kevlar. Kevlar is an aromatic polyamide which is more commonly known as an aramid fibre. Aramid fibres are aromatic groups joined by amide or imide linkages. On the diagram you can see aromatic rings connected by amide groups. The repeating units form chains which line up parallel to each other, and the individual polymer chains are held together by hydrogen bonds that form between the amide groups on adjacent chains. On the diagram, these hydrogen bonds are represented by dashes between oxygen and hydrogen. Kevlar has a highly crystalline structure due to the hydrogen bonding between chains, and also because there is limited bond rotation due to the aromatic rings and the amide linkages. The rigidity of the polymer chains makes Kevlar strong, and it has a very high tensile strength. Kevlar is also light. This is because it is based on carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen, which are all considered light elements. Due to the high tensile strength of Kevlar and its light weight, Kevlar's strength-to-weight ratio is approximately 5 times the strength-to-weight ratio of steel. Another property of Kevlar is good thermal stability. Kevlar does not melt, but it will begin to decompose at 427 degrees Celsius in air. The application that Kevlar is most well known for is bulletproof vests. Threads of tough Kevlar fibres are woven together into sheets. These sheets are then stitched together to form bulletproof panels, which are inserted into the vest. When a bullet hits a Kevlar vest, it gets caught in the web of strong fibres, which absorbs and dissipates the energy, drastically reducing the impact of the bullet. This happens because the fibres are lined up so tightly that it takes a great deal of energy to separate them. Sometimes the vest is strong enough to cause the bullets that hit it to become distorted or bent. Kevlar is ideal for bulletproof vests because its high tensile strength and toughness means that it can withstand high impact, and its low weight makes it ideal for an item of clothing. The next polymer we will look at is Lycra. Lycra is a copolymer, which is the polymer that is made up of different monomers. Lycra is made up of 2 monomers. One is hard and rigid, which gives the material strength, and the other is soft and gives the material the elasticity that is so strongly associated with Lycra. The polymer can be stretched up to 500% of its original length, but will still return to its original shape. Lycra is a popular material for athletes because it is light and form-fitting, which reduces drag and increases speed. The material is also unrestrictive, which is ideal for sports. One of the layers in the spacesuit worn by Neil Armstrong in 1969 was made of Lycra fibre. Finally, we will look at Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex consists of a type of expanded polytetrafluoroethylene, otherwise known as EPTFE. Polytetrafluoroethylene is a linear polymer that is made up of carbon and fluorine. This can be stretched to make expanded PTFE, which is a microporous structure. That is, it contains lots of small holes. The diameter of a water droplet is much larger than the diameter of a water vapor particle, and so water droplets are unable to pass through these holes, whereas the particles in water vapor can, making the material waterproof but breathable. Therefore, Gore-Tex is a common material used in waterproof clothing, such as a rain mat. Furthermore, due to its expanded structure, Gore-Tex is a light material, making it suitable for clothing. In 1990, an expedition team in Antarctica wore outfits made from Gore-Tex, which demonstrates how well the material can protect you from the weather. So what is the future for polymers in fashion? The current focus in fashion is to make clothing more sustainable. Fossil fuels are a big part of the fashion industry, and so scientists and designers are trying to find an alternative, such as using biosynthetics. Biosynthetics are materials made partially or completely with renewable resources. These often use crops such as sugarcane, or can be waste-based, or can utilize bacteria. The process of using biosynthetic materials in clothing on a commercial scale is still being developed. That is the end of my presentation, and I hope you have learned something new.